Yo, what's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, and all that sweet, beautiful, wonderful shit. Look, man, a great question came through, and I think it was a very sincere question, asking, since the game is so beat up for the most part, is it possible to even to even whatchamacallit, to even get the game back to the point to where we can do it in the right way and breed for all healthy dogs. And my answer is absolutely. I don't think that you ever too far. Well, maybe the exotic world, they would have to hit a total reset. But there are plenty of great dogs still in the American bully community. There are plenty of healthy dogs, and I'll use like my own yard for example. Every now and then you breed and you have so many dogs and you're looking around and you pick the elite ones out of there. Now you may have 15 dogs, and it may boil down to you just picking 4 or 5 out of those 15 dogs that you've raised, and that it's not to say that the other 10 or 11 are not up to par as far as being nice dogs, but are you looking for elite or are you looking for nice? So now, if I break down and I say, well, these 3 or 4 bitches is just elite. They're carrying the genetics for thickness, structure. They breathe with their mouths shut. They went through all the testing. These are my elite 3 or 4. Now I'm pushing genes forward with elite genetics. You know what I mean? And it's expected that you do that every single generation. It's not to say that the dogs that come in at average were horrible dogs, but you're pushing it forward. Now, in the American bully community, there are still some dogs that could reach that status of elite as far as health and structure. There are some beautiful dogs around there. The biggest problem is that the way the game has been dumbed down is that we are awarding dogs that are not of health. So the game has been changed by the powers that be to allow for an unhealthy dog, to promote an unhealthy dog, to influence people to believe that they have to use unhealthy genetics in order to make a dog, instead of doing it the right way and always putting the best qualities and attributes forward, and also having a strong understanding of how to breed a dog to make those attributes stick. I'm gonna open the door and shut it just to keep the light on. But with all that being said, it really tears down everything that we've believed in as far as the community goes. It tears down the infrastructure of everything that we should be doing as a community, because we have now changed the whole rules to the game, and we're allowing all of these unhealthy dogs. We're allowing all of these flaws. It's not that it can't be done. It's just that the infrastructure has made it that it's become lazy, and it's become dumbed down, and it's become political, and it's become all about money and not about the dogs. Because right now, if this community say, and I don't know what's the exact number on the amount of American bullies out there, but let's just say it's 10,000 American bullies running around, probably way more than that. But let's just say it's 10,000 American bullies running around there. If it was only 500 of them that was of a strong quality, out of those 500 dogs bred responsibly and not even puppy milling, you would be back to that 10,000 number with very good quality. A higher number of quality, maybe back up to 5,000 out of the 10,000 dogs that's a high quality. You could get there very fast through a couple of litters of breeding needs, a couple generations of that particular group of 500 dogs having a couple litters and being matched properly throughout the genetic process and everything else. You could easily replenish the American bully community with a bunch of healthy dogs if we stay strict and get rid of the unhealthy dogs. The problem being, and I'm on I never know when this thing will cut off, but the problem being is that no one has the balls to move forward to do the things the right way. No one is pushing for incredibly well-structured dogs, or dogs that have great movement, or dogs that have all of the attributes of greatness. People are pushing for dogs that have big names and that people have put great marketing behind them. This is the difference. It's not a question of health. It's a question of ethics. It's a question of morals to the breed. It's a question of, do you want to do the right thing? Because if this community actually cared about health, we would breed healthy dogs. it's never too far gone. It's more, well, I can't say never, but it's not too far gone at this point in time. There are breeders out there that still breed for health. There are American bullies that can still walk around with their mouths shut and breathe through their nose and not spaz out and fall out in 2 minutes. There's plenty of dogs that are well structured. I've seen them. I've judged some of them. There are quality dogs around, but the key decision is going to come down to the fact of, can you stick to the rules, get rid of subpar dogs, refuse to sell subpar dogs to people, and push forward in a way that is trying to improve the breed, the health, and the overall gene pool of the American bully. If we are doing that, we'll be successful. If we continue to do what we're doing right now and chase a dollar and go crazy with banners and, you know, who can have the best t-shirts, who can have the best hats, who can have the best trophies, who can convince people that, you know, a crooked leg dog is where it's at, then we'll end up just like the exotic community, and the American bully community is already there, you know? I mean, I've made many a video talking about how the exotic community, they have played such a mind trick on that community that these guys literally are promoting deformed dogs. You know, promoting them and charging a high dollar. Like, they put the dog, I mean, anybody, any fool can look at that dog and see the dog is deformed. The back is sunk in, the rear is all crazy, the legs are all curled up under, the dog is having a hard time keeping his tongue in his mouth. All of these things, and they like $10,000. And they have pulled this shit on these dumbass people to the point that they pay it and they believe that they have something, and it just goes to the old marketing trick that if you tell somebody something costs a lot, they believe that it has value, whether it's quality or not. You know, and this is where we're at. But if we start pushing health as quality like most dog communities do, and start pushing proper health testing, you know, bringing up the facts of straight legs, straight backs, doing cardiovascular tests and hip testing and all of the other tests that says this is a fine quality animal that other dog communities have, we reset the bar, and we get back to a point, or at least we have a part of our community that's going to be pushing and be very successful at what we're doing, you know. But it's going to take a lot of you to step forward and just say you've had enough of what you've seen from many of the registries and many of the so-called breeders and the people who are pushing all of these unhealthy dogs. There is enough here that you can make. You're not reinventing the wheel, you know, and I believe we'll see this shortly with the more strict shows and the more strict judging on strictly confirmation. You'll see it's a lot of dogs that'll come out the woodwork, and it's a lot of dogs who people have refused to go to some of these shows because they know they don't stand a chance, because their dog is just a very nice, clean bully, and they don't have a bulldog or a deformed dog. So they like, and I see what they pick, and this is that, you know. So yeah, to answer that question, you know, absolutely. I don't think you have to cut corners. I don't think you have to try to, you know, have some kind of extreme dog to make your dog extreme and hope that he has enough health and enough confirmation to be a great dog. You can make a great bully with great health, great confirmation, and the whole thing. It's just about, where are you at as a breeder? Are you gonna grind, you know what I'm saying, and come out and like, this is what it is, you know? Or are you gonna do what you do, you know, and conform? You know, it seems like we got a lot of conforming, and y'all hear that tomorrow on the first show, you know. But I just wanted to get this out the way, man, and I'm back active. Y'all will notice if you're on the Hall of Fame page, if you're on the True American Bully page, I'm gonna put up some of the breedings that I'm doing. Some of them are complete. I'm gonna get back home very, very shortly, and I'll explain everything on the show in the morning, because there's some things that I want to talk about personally that might pertain to other people. And you know, the morning show is just gonna be, you know, some dogs, some real talk, you know, but it'll be a couple hours of fun where we just get it in, and I look forward to talking to y'all in the morning. Much love. Peace.